Hello, welcome to another episode of Black Guy 73. Man, I got to tell you something. This guy, whose name is Jeffrey Porterway, he been convicted of child pornography. He was arrested in a sex. He this man was part of a doing. It's hard to describe it. Him and like 225 other people was in a sex ring, and he wanted to kidnap and rape children. This man, here go. Here's the audio.
And 23 victims of sexual exploitation as part of Operation Sunflower.
The results were significant but grim. A sad reminder to us all that online child exploitation is a very real part of our lives and absolutely demands our full attention as a nation. We arrested 245 people on criminal charges of child exploitation, 222 in the United States and 23 people overseas. We also identified and rescued 123 children from either active or past sexual abuse throughout the world.
More than 240 adults were also arrested in the crackdown that targeted people producing or selling images of child pornography.
As satisfying as the arrests in Operation Sunflower have been, today is obviously a day of mixed emotions because this operation is ultimately a tale of the perverse, pervasive, and violent exploitation of children, very young children, to satisfy the dark pleasures of a group of twisted adults. The grim reality is that online child exploitation is a very real part of our modern lives, and it is going on throughout the world right now on a grand scale. My friends, we have to attack child exploitation relentlessly and together.
The operation spanned 47 U.S. states and 6 countries. Jessica Minton, IB Times TV.
What made this story even worse? I know you're like, how in the world it can be worse when 225 people got arrested for child trafficking and exploitation? The guy named Jeffrey, who wanted to be released from prison early, well, he was arrested in 2012. And he was sentenced to 26 years in prison. But what made this Jeffrey stand out the most? Jeffrey built a torture chamber inside of his home when he can catch children. He wanted to, and what made this story worse, I know like you said stand out the most. What made this story worse? How can you get worse? I'm gonna tell you how you get worse. Jeffrey wanted to eat the children. You remember the movie Austin Power? Fat bastard when he said, "Get in my belly." Jeffrey is fat bastard. Jeffrey is the real life fat bastard. Get in my belly. This is Jeffrey right here.
My assassins are dead. I will not tolerate failure. I'm the man who will maintain the dignity of this evil organization.
What the hell was that?
Volcanic eruption!
Oh, sure.
Y'all
May I
remember this thing
present
about
you my spy in the Ministry of Defense.
I said,
Fat bastard.
First things first. Where's your shitter?
I've got a turtlehead poking egg. Charming.
It can't come in good.
I'm not kidding. I got a crap on deck that could choke a donkey. Oh, it's squidgy. Oh, Christ, I'm getting all emotional from it, you know? Right. Fat bastard, could I have my mojo, please? Where's my money? All right, give him his money. Jesus Christ, he's tiny. I have a bigger chunks of corn in my crap. Wait a minute. He kind of looks like a baby. Come here, I'm gonna eat you. I'm bigger than you. I'm higher in the food chain. Get in my belly. Come on. You're lucky, wee man. Ah. Can I have a hug? Dr. Evil, let me make you a deal, all right? You get the mojo, you keep your money, and I'll get your baby. Right. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. Excuse me. Chili baby back ribs.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time. Austin Powers. And that scene with Fat Bastard coming in there, that's one of my favorites. But Jeffrey is the real live Fat Bastard. Real live Fat Bastard. I know you like it. This can't be true. It's true. People, it's true. Jeffrey wanted to kidnap children and eat them. He wanted to, people, it's amazing. He wanted to kidnap children and eat them, and Jeffrey didn't think nothing was wrong with it. Jeffrey didn't think it was a problem kidnapping children and eating them. He didn't get a chance to do it, but that's what he wanted to do. Jeffrey is sick, people. Jeffrey is a sick bastard. He's a sick fat bastard. Fat bastard. Man. Disturbing. They said, I'm going to read some of this article. I haven't read articles in a long time. So I'm going to read some of this article. It said Jeffrey, I think it Portaway, the 47-year-old currently being held in a Virginia federal prison after pleading guilty to charges of committed crime of violence and disturbance and possession of child pornography. He written a handwritten motion to request an early release last month. Jeffrey was sentenced in Worcester Federal Court in 2013 to serve over 26 years in prison. Federal records show Jeffrey is scheduled to be released in May the 28th, 2035. He was ordered to be on a lifetime supervised release once he get out of prison, but Jeffrey also faced deportation back to England. Jeffrey cited health reasons and concern over getting coronavirus in prison as his reason for asking for an early release to be immediately sent back to England. Manchester Federal Judge Timothy S. Hillman, in a decision this month, denied Jeffrey's request. They say he possessed it and distributed thousands of images of child pornography, and to help him, and he solicited others to help him kidnap, rape, murder, cannibalize young children with other about targeting children who was known to him and with whom he was close, the judge wrote. To date, he has not served even a third of his sentence. Furthermore, if I release him and he be deported to England, deployed it to the United Kingdom, and had no way ensuring that he would comply with the special conditions of the supervised release that are imposed at his sentence. This condition, which include God, the word won't come out. Regularization as a sex offender. And restriction and monitoring his access to computer and internet capable devices and designed to protect the public. Hillman was a judge who sentenced Jeffrey in 2013. The judge ruled that Jeffrey did not meet the burden to secure a compassionate release. Jeffrey is obese and has been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and hypertension, the judge wrote. Hillman also noted Jeffrey has served just 98 months of his sentence. He currently being held in a medium security FCC Petersburg in Virginia. Jeffrey claimed there was an outbreak of COVID at the facility, although federal records show fewer cases than Jeffrey claimed in his motion. Federal prison records show that as of December the 1st, 5 inmates and 4 staff tested positive of COVID-19, while 195 inmates had recovered from the virus. As reviewing Jeffrey's medical record, his health appears fair. He has not alleged any of the medical care. He have not alleged any lack of medical care which had increased him to COVID-19. Hillman wrote. They said investigators sworn Jeffrey Rochester resident at 312 Beastmount Street, July 2012, as part of a massive child sex abuse image investigation. The international investigators started in Massachusetts and led authorities to arrest people from across the globe and to Jeffrey. They said authorities discovered a doorway in Jeffrey residence that led to a room he self-described as his boy butcher basement. They said inside the door was a SATI port that led to the second door. Inside the second door was a dungeon which was lined with acoustic sound, deadening materials, and contained a chair, television, and what appeared to be a cable access to the internet, the U.S. Attorney Office said. They said the room also contained a child-sized homemade coffin with large speaker covered to a wire mesh at one end, with internal locking device and a steel case with multiple lock device and steel tabletop. Outside this room was a cabinet freezer and upright freezer and disposable scalpels, butcher kit. They said a federal records filed in Jeffrey criminal case, so he discussed the room and chat with other people. Jeffrey spoke about his desire to kidnap children, sexually abuse them in the room, then murder and eat them. The former senior computer operation at BJ Wholesale Club in Westburg even had discussion with a man from Kansas about having a boy abducted. That Kansas man who volunteered at a hospital and had access to children was snared in the investigation as well. Snared in the investigation. They said, according to agreed upon statement of facts, Jeffrey engaged in numerous chats with many individuals about mutual interest in abducting, raping, murdering, and eating children. The U.S. Attorney Office said in 2013, many of these conversations was accompanied by the trading of children pornography. These chats also included images of children known to them, occupied by discussion of the desire to sexually abuse, murder, and eat those children. They said the 2010 conversation between Jeffrey and the man in Kansas involved discussion about real children by name, including photograph. Records show Jeffrey was caught making more than 4,500 trades of for child sex abuse image with others. They said many of these trades involved Jeffrey distributing child pornography to others based on the state specified preference, including image and videos appearing to depict dead children and eating of children. It said Jeffrey never physically harmed a child, authorities said. But Jeffrey wrote in his 45-page motion that he took steps to accomplish an international treaties transfer application with the British consulate in case he is released and deported to England. They said he did not have a place to live in England, but claimed the prisoner abroad organization was going to help him with that. Jeffrey said he would also have the concrete plan to translate to the British community. People, this fat bastard, name to my his side, but he a big dude. Fat bastard from the Austin Power Show. Ain't got nothing on this dude right here. This is a real life monster. He's a damn monster, people. Not one of them monsters that you dream about under your bed. He one of them monsters that was once your neighbor. Living in your neighborhood. Their children going to school with your children. That type of monster. That the monster that who can just appear to be a human, but got a mind of a psycho. It's unbelievable that this man wanted to kidnap children, rape them, kill them, and eat them. I know this don't happen. I know. What made this stand out the most, that he asking to get out of prison using, I'm scared I'm gonna get the coronavirus. In the article it said he haven't harmed the child. They don't have proof of that. What proof they have that he haven't harmed the child? He talking about, he really talking about getting rid of the evidence by eating the child. He already got the torture. He already had the torture room set up. He had the gear to hold the children. He had the deep freezer down in the basement to store the meat. Come on, people. This man had made all this damn preparation just to say, well, I got it in my room just to have it. You would not find proof of missing children if the dude gonna eat them. People. And Jeffrey deserved more than 26 years in prison, my opinion. Jeffrey deserved more than 26 years in prison. Jeffrey kicked my butt. Jeffrey should be able to tell, y'all should be able to tell Jeffrey, kiss my butt. I know people like them naysayers and, the people like saying, well, people can change. He probably been in rehab. He probably had time to think about it and change his ways. No, people. These people like this do not change their ways. People who talking about kidnapping, raping, killing, and eating children, they just don't go away. There's no rehab for that. It's nothing to save Jeffrey. Jeffrey can't be saved. Jeffrey is unsavable. It don't matter where he go. Jeffrey gonna be thinking about the same thing. The same thing. So, Jeffrey, no offense, brother, but I hope to stay in prison for a very, very long time. Bond 2035, you need more. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll talk to you later. Hope y'all have a good new year. Be safe out there.